Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care. In the year 40,000 AD, Earth stood as a ghost of its former self, a haunting reflection of past glories now consumed by nature and time. Towering skyscrapers lay crumbled, overtaken by thorny vines and enormous trees, while the cities, once buzzing with life, were silenced, their stories buried beneath layers of dust. Human ingenuity was reduced to shattered remnants, each artifact telling a tale of resilience and destruction. A crew of alien explorers known as the Xerac roamed the remains of this forgotten world, their sleek, scaly bodies glistening as they navigated the ominous ruins. Rykon, the leader, led his vibrant team, each member representing a different facet of Xerac culture: curiosity, intellect, compassion. Their ships, marvels of engineering, hovered silently above the ground, casting shadows on the earth below. After several months of exploration, they stumbled upon a concealed bunker, half buried beneath centuries of debris. Retrieving the artifacts within would reveal the legacy of humanity. When they activated the facility's ancient AI, an eerie activation sequence began. Holograms flickered to life, revealing long-lost images of bustling streets, laughter, and life before the cataclysm. Suddenly the screen pulsed, and a chilling message rippled through the air. "Run!" The echo of this urgent command, filled with desperation, resonated deeply within the Xerac. Their senses heightened, they gathered to analyze the message, leaning closer together as they debated its implications. Rykon, fascinated by this warning, pondered aloud. Why would they want others to run? What had frightened them so deeply? The crew's discussions grew conflicted as they contemplated whether humanity was a danger or merely a victim of dire circumstances. Intrigued by the potential of uncovering humanity's past and the answer behind their final message, they opted to delve deeper into this enigma. Jenna's life had been frozen in a brief moment, a time capsule of despair and dwindling hope, as she drifted in and out of consciousness, trapped in the clutches of stasis. As the layers of slumber peeled away, reality rushed back in. A bright, sterile light flickered overhead, and mechanical sounds surrounded her. Panic surged through Jenna as she forced herself up, her body feeling heavy and sluggish. As she took in her surroundings, confusion gripped her heart. The facility was filled with otherworldly technology, sleek surfaces glimmering like silver, control panels pulsing with alien symbols that made her head spin. She had awoken in a place that felt more like a sci-fi nightmare than Earth. Her home was reduced to a memory, a distant echo in a galaxy that had moved on without her. Gradually, Jenna processed the realization that she was not alone. Alien figures stationed around the control panel caught her attention. Their scales, mesmerizing colors, and curious eyes sparked both dread and intrigue within her. Panic turned to determination as she fought the instinct to flee. She couldn't let fear rule her. "Where am I? What happened?" she shouted, her voice echoing harshly against the smooth walls. But the aliens only stared, their expressions unreadable. In that stark moment, Jenna's heart ached for human connection, memories of laughter-filled gatherings and the warmth of her family flooding back. Desperation clawed at her throat. Was she truly the last of her kind? Determined to survive, she wondered if there was any way to communicate with these strange beings. As the aliens began to discuss her presence in their language, her heart raced. This was her chance to find out what had happened to humanity. And perhaps, just perhaps, she could forge a way back to a world that felt like a lifetime ago. Her voice echoed off the luminescent walls. Jenna watched as the aliens exchanged glances, a whirlwind of expressions flittering across their faces. Anxiety tightened around her chest. Would they see her as a threat? Would their curiosity turn into fear? Rykon, the designated leader among them, stepped forward, towering over Jenna, but with an undeniable gentleness in his demeanor. He emitted a low hum, a sound that resonated through the air, calming the others. His eyes flickered with a hint of compassion as he attempted to communicate. Words flowed from his lips, alien sounds that danced between syllables she could not grasp. "Wait, wait!" Jenna exclaimed, raising her hands in a sign of peace. She took a deep breath, willing her voice to steady. You don't understand. I'm human. I need to know what happened. I want to help. Gradually, the conversation shifted as Rykon gestured for calm, calling the other aliens to focus on Jenna. Using basic drawings and gestures, she conveyed her message, emphasizing that she sought understanding, not harm. The aliens were intrigued, their commingled thoughts creating a shared buzz, curiosity slowly replacing apprehension. However, insisting she could offer her knowledge of humanity's past, her heart raced with urgency. If you found my message, if I can help you understand why Earth fell, we can learn from it. We can... She hesitated, the weight of an unthinkable truth pressing on her soul. We can avoid the mistakes we made. Jenna's passion shone through her words, and slowly, Rykon's apprehensive expression softened. They discussed whether to trust her, relaying fears about the supposed threat that humans might represent. Despite worries, Rykon sensed that Jenna's openness was genuine. Tension hung in the air as they faced each other, contemplating the bridge that lay before them, an alliance forged in the need for knowledge. Rykon's gaze fixed on Jenna as he considered her proposal. Then he gestured for her to follow him deeper into the alien facility. Compelled by both nervousness and curiosity, she trailed behind, marveling at their advanced technology. Holographic displays floated in midair, pulsating images revealing a timeline of the Zirek race, their planets thriving in harmony. Inside a grand meeting chamber, Jenna stood before the Zirek Council, a group of shimmering entities radiating authority. Silence enveloped the room like a thick blanket, and Jenna gulped as she faced them, her heart thudding in her chest. She felt both small and significant, a relic from a bygone age thrown into this new reality. Rykon stood beside her, translating her words as she recounted the story of Earth, of humanity's achievements, advancements, and ultimately, its drastic downfall. Her voice wavered but steadied as she spoke of the climate crisis, war, and the alien forces that sought to consume her world. Memories flowed from her, each laden with emotion, yet she continued with fervor. In her fervor, she mentioned a vision of hope held by Earth's last leaders, an interstellar alliance designed to foster communication rather than conflict. She claimed that even in the darkest moments, humanity had yearned for connection, understanding, and peace. The Zirek listened intently, expressions shifting from skepticism to intrigue. When she finished, one elder Zirek spoke softly, relaying a complex series of questions about humanity's motivations and strengths. Meanwhile, Rykon remained at her side, a steadfast ally advocating for her. Through her stories, Jenna felt a bond growing between them. Slowly but surely, she turned their fears into a spark of hope. By sharing stories and acknowledging the complexities of humanity, she began to sow a bridge of trust and understanding. As she concluded her addresses, silence filled the room again, echoing with an uncertain future, yet aglitter with possibilities. As the council chamber buzzed with anticipation, a lingering tension hung thick in the air. Each Zirek exchanged glances, weighing their fears against the potential gain of joining forces with this unexpected, small but fierce adversary. Rykon observed closely, sensing that Jenna's passionate discourse had ignited intrigue and unease in equal measure. "Why should we trust her, Rykon?" one council member challenged, their voice laden with suspicion. "We do not know the extent of what humans are capable of. They destroyed their own world." "At what cost?" another Zirek added, reminding the council of the responsibilities they bore as guardians of their own civilization. "We've lost countless planets to wars and devastation. Should we risk ourselves to protect a race that may bring ruin once more?" Before they could descend deeper into debates about fear, Rykon raised his hand, commanding attention. "Enough! Jenna embodies hope, a reflection of emotions that mankind still holds. She is not merely a subject to be feared, but a testament to what remains of her people. I urge you to listen." Taking a breath, Rykon turned to Jenna, whose eyes mirrored the determination that brought them here. "Speak, Jenna. Share your vision of humanity's potential. Paint a picture of us working together." With fervor, Jenna re-emphasized humanity's experience of struggle, the willingness to learn, adapt, and grow. She shared how their failures had carved their identity and underscored their drive to create a better future. Citing the benefits of cooperation over conflict, she implored the Council to imagine the paths they could carve together. United, they could discover technologies or philosophies that neither species could achieve alone. As the session progressed, a change flickered across the faces of the Council members. They whispered among themselves, their doubts beginning to dissolve. Finally, an elder Xerac spoke up. "Let it be known, we grant you the chance to show us who you truly are, Jenna. An alliance may yet yield a future neither of our races could achieve alone." A feeling of triumph flooded through Jenna, solidifying an alliance neither had imagined possible. With newfound hope sparking within them, she took a step forward. Their journey was only just beginning. Days flowed into weeks, with Jenna immersing herself in the Xerac culture while sharing her own history with them, weaving tales of human determination and breathtaking achievements. The Xerac responded with eagerness, breathlessly urging her to recount more of humanity's progress, stories filled with great minds and intricate inventions that had once shaped their world. Sitting beneath a vast dome filled with intricate murals depicting their jointly discovered histories, Jenna showcased the story of water purification efforts, innovation born out of necessity, altering the trajectory of populations facing shortages. "We leveraged scientific understanding to create solutions, and we can do that together," she explained, her voice growing more potent as her conviction ignited. As she recounted stories of artists and dreamers, Jenna shared her personal aspirations, dreams unfulfilled, and regrets. Each of her stories resonated deeply with the audience, fostering profound empathy. Xerac members began sharing cinematic interpretations of their own historical legends, drawing poignant comparisons with human endeavors. Enthusiasm coursed through the air as the Council engaged with Jenna in lively exchanges. Rykon, enamored by Jenna's storytelling, began to develop an even deeper appreciation for her resilience and her ever-expanding sense of bravery. Their connection evolved, transcending their alliance. They shared fleeting moments together, making light of cultural faux pas and attempting to teach each other phrases and anecdotes. But alongside these connections lay shadows of worry as rumors began swirling around the impending arrival of the Korath, an ancient enemy that threatened the stability of the galaxy. Jenna felt her heart sink. This was a darkness she had tried to warn them about. Simultaneously, Rykon realized an internal struggle whirling within him. The strength required to protect their burgeoning alliance hinged on their ability to unite against the unseen enemy. The commitment to forging unity amidst adversity grew firmer. Jenna felt every tale she relayed was paving a crucial path toward trust, yet shadows loomed over their newfound alliance. Determined, they pressed on, transforming the very fabric of their cultures together, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them ahead. As Jenna and the Xerac plunged deeper into historical archives, the jarring truth of their impending threat became unmistakably clear. Rykon brought forth ancient relics and fragments of scrolls written in Xerac's nostalgic language, detailing cataclysmic encounters with the Korath, a race thirsting for destruction and domination, remnants of their own dark past. The tension crystallized in the air as they pieced together horrifying accounts of encounters. Reports indicated that the Korath had systematically destroyed entire civilizations, leaving fewer survivors than there had been ruins. Jenna's pulse quickened. This was the very force that had decimated her home planet. "Do you see?" Jenna pleaded, clutching a holographic projection of Earth's devastation as it formed in front of their assembled eyes. "The evidence is here. The Korath destroyed us, attacking us not just for resources but to eradicate potential threats." Her voice trembled, swallowed whole by emotions that resided in the depths of her being. Rykon's eyes darkened as they met hers, powerful realizations swirling within them. "We must prepare," he declared, rallying the Council in a frenzy of strategic planning. "This is not solely a human fight. It's our fight, together." They exchanged animated discussions and creative ideas, preparing battle tactics rooted in both Earth's historic combat and Xerac's advanced technology. But the discussions ignited a simmering unrest. Fear seeped into some Zirak hearts. "If we engage, what if we incur their wrath?" quivered a council member, their voice shaking, their skepticism palpable. "Or what if our inaction solidifies our demise?" Rykon countered, allowing the weariness in his voice to echo through the chamber. He challenged his crew to confront their fears, ignite their spirits. "We have a choice, to act and unite or to fold in fear." As the council engaged in fervent debates, Jenna knew their trust in her had shifted. Gritting her teeth, she rose once again, fueling determination deep within her. "Look what we've accomplished together so far. Look how we've transformed this place into a symbol of peace. We can be stronger together, a foundation built on resilience. Let's not shy away now." That night, as they gathered under the stars reflecting on strategies, Jenna felt the bonds strengthen around her. Their shared stories buzzed in the air like electricity, merging experiences and culture into a single mission: survival against the encroaching darkness. With the specter of the Korath looming closer, Rykon convened a meeting to solidify their newfound alliance. The Zirak and Jenna as a symbol of unity that bridged two worlds. Preparation was paramount. Both species understood they would need every ounce of ingenuity to stand against the coming storm. Jenna grasped the urgency of their situation and began leading combat drills, taking inspiration from ancient human tactics. She focused on teaching Zirak forms of hand-to-hand combat. The initial clumsiness of their movements, combined with the vibrant energy of their shared goals, led to a flood of laughter amidst effort. Rykon observed her confidence growing, amazed at how adeptly she led as they honed their skills together. He saw her adaptive spirit shine brighter, where each setback became an opportunity for bonding. Each moment of lightheartedness allowed an emotional release in the face of uncertainty. As they trained, focus shifted from fear to camaraderie. Jenna found herself collaborating with Zirak engineers, who integrated their cutting-edge technology into human designs, fostering seamless communication. The collective creativity ignited something primal within her, and ideas flowed like water, each suggestion enthusing cooperation. Amid their preparations, Jenna and Rykon began sharing stories of their pasts, revealing the depths of their innermost fears. She would speak of Earth's beauty, soft sunsets over oceans, starry nights, while he'd recount tales of Zirak's ancient traditions, honoring ancestors through communal dances and song. Their laughter blended, intertwining histories that danced on the brink of hope. One evening, under the vast blanket of stars, Jenna turned to Rykon, questions fluttering in her mind. "What if we win?" she asked softly, uncertainty weaving its way through her words. "What if we face the Korath and everything changes?" Rykon flashed a brief smile, understanding that deep within lay both vulnerability and strength. "Then the stars above will be ours to paint," he replied. "New stories, new traditions, an alliance born from adversity." As they shared their aspirations and cultivated dreams woven from fabric of adversity, their hearts beat in harmony, an unexpected bond blooming amidst the chaos of uncertainty. They were no longer merely beings from disparate worlds. Their union marked the dawn of an unprecedented alliance. The days melted into weeks as the alliance solidified. Rykon and Jenna frequently convened strategy sessions, honing their plan of action against the impending Korath invasion. A flurry of ideas surged each time they gathered, their unique perspectives weaving an intricate web that only deepened their bond. In the sleek confines of the Zirak war room, Julianne stood beside Rykon as they outlined their strategy on holographic boards. With bright lights casting glowing shadows on their faces, ideas poured forth, resulting in a blend of technology and ingenuity. Jenna proposed utilizing human guerrilla tactics, while Rykon suggested the Zirak's advanced predatory abilities. "Hit and run, fast strikes that'll throw them off their game," Jenna proposed, excitement bubbling in her chest. "We can create diversions that draw their attention away from where we want to hit." Rykon nodded, absorbed yet respectful of the human instinct to maneuver creatively. Together, they scouted locations within the Zirak territories, natural landscapes and hidden cave systems that would allow for tactical advantages against opposing forces. During training exercises, Jenna incorporated surprise drills, enhancing speed and coordination to ensure their forces were atop tactical prowess. As each day passed, their relationship deepened. Shared victories in simulation spurred bursts of joy that felt contagious. They became inseparable, often stealing glances or sharing laughter, even during the most intense preparations, moments where gravity met the spark of life. Through training sessions, Jenna learned of Rykon's daredevil streak that matched her spirit, his laughter echoing through the hall as he attempted human games that ended in ungraceful drama. Rykon's energy melded perfectly with Jenna's tenacity, creating a space where collaboration felt intuitive, trust cementing their connection. "Ready for the real deal?" Jenna teased one evening as they took a moment of reprieve atop a hill, overlooking the endless expanse of the sky. Rykon grinned. "More than ever. The stars await our story, and with each sunrise we are a step closer." Motivated by each other's courage, they set forth with unwavering determination. United by a vision of victory, each tactical adjustment they made drew them closer, blending their fates into a fabric unmeasured by distance. Beneath the vast expanse of stars, the night sky welcomed Jenna and Rykon into a world untouched by shadows. The camaraderie they forged through trials had transformed into something deeper, a bond that grew on the foundation of respect and mutual understanding. "Do you believe in fate?" Jenna murmured, her eyes reflecting the dazzling constellations above. They lay side by side on a ridge, the soft glow of ancient stars painting their skin in ethereal hues. "Fate is a curious thing," Rykon replied, his voice low and reflective. "We believe our paths are written among the stars, yet we are the artists too. Each choice, each action, we mold our destinies. I see it in you, an artist shaping your own fate." Jenna turned to him, meeting deep pools of emotion behind his golden eyes. "I never thought I'd find myself here, with you, facing down an interstellar enemy," she confessed. "It feels surreal." Rykon chuckled softly, the sound warm and comforting. "I would have never predicted our alliance either. Another battle may not separate us, but the stars have brought us together." In that moment, their eyes met and time slowed. Awareness thickened the air as they basked in an unspoken understanding filled with promise. As the minutes slipped away, Jenna felt the walls she had built around her heart crack. Vulnerability opened a path to trust she had almost forgotten existed. Yet, just as quickly as intimacy deepened, a flicker of unease brushed through her thoughts, a nagging whisper that reminded her of the battle ahead, an uncertainty clawing at her heart. "What if we fail?" she finally asked, vulnerability tangling with fear. "Then we shall fight until our last breath," Rykon reassured her, his voice unwavering. "But we will fight as one, creating ripples across the universe. Our stories will travel beyond the stars, reminders of hope that even in darkness, light remains." Moved by his words, Jenna felt resolve shaping within her. The quiet between them shifted to something electric, a momentary hint of longing simmering beneath their shared experience. Time stretched taut, but they both understood what lay on the horizon. As Rykon reached for her hand, a fierce connection took hold, a promise that would carry them through the trials ahead, binding them through courage, love, and shared dreams of triumph against the darkness threatening everything they had built. The clear skies belied the tempestuous storm brewing just beyond the horizon. As dawn broke, the Xerac facility was abuzz with anxiety as news of the impending Korath invasion spread like wildfire. Jenna and Rykon sharpened their resolve. Today was the day they would put their theories, tactics, and unity to the test. The Xerac flanked the battleground, a fierce band united against the dark threat looming just beyond the valley's edge. Tension crackled in the air, but amidst this, Jenna felt a steely calm settle in her core. This was her chance to defend not just her new friends, but everything they had fought to build together. As roiling clouds churned in the sky, the dull thrum of the Korath fleet made itself known, a dreadful cacophony that shook them to the core. Jenna peered into the distance, adrenaline coursing through her veins, as dark shapes descended from the heavens. "It's time," she whispered, her heart racing as she faced her allies. Rykon stood resolutely beside her, his gaze sharp. "Remember our training. Stay focused, stay together, Each moment counts. His words rang clear, echoing their shared goal, a mission to protect their newfound unity. As the first ships landed and the Korath forces poured forth, the oppressive atmosphere exploded into chaos. A mix of Xerac agility and Jenna's tactical mind clashed against raw force as the battle erupted. Laser fire split the sky, and shouts of combat echoed against the temperamental wind. Jenna moved like lightning, weaving through the chaos and leading her allies through predefined strategies. The Korath surged forward, monstrous, fierce figures, towering over them with malevolent sneers. She could see fear in the eyes of her comrades. Doubt echoed in their movements. Remembering Rykon's strength, she forged ahead, urging the closest Xerac. "We must hold the line. We are stronger together." Her cries of encouragement rallied the troops, awakening the resolve they had built in training sessions. Formations shifted, they adapted, evolving tactics in the face of unpredictability. The intermingling of cultures igniting creativity. The field of battle transformed into a tapestry of collaboration, colors intertwining as Xerac and human fought side by side against the darkness. Yet the Korath were relentless. They found gaps, exploited weaknesses, and the tide shifted perilously. Jenna's heart raced, fear gnawing at her thoughts as she watched a fellow soldier fall, but she pressed on, determination surging. "This is our fight, together," she shouted again, struggling to maintain focus as enemy forces closed in. Just when it seemed hope dwindled, vibrant colors surged forth in flashes. A display of Xerac technology firing back in brilliant retaliation. The Xerac had finally embraced Jenna's vision. The tide began to shift once more, the combined strength of their diverse combat styles, human tenacity merging with alien ingenuity, pushing the Korath back. This was not a simple battle. It was a defining moment that could change the narrative of their alliance. Together they fought fiercely against a power greater than themselves, struggling to create a shimmering future amidst the impending chaos. As the war raged on, Jenna locked eyes with Rykon amidst the chaos, the fierce commitment they shared acting as an anchor in the storm. The battle raged on, and fierce determination filled the air as the Xerac and Jenna's forces pressed into one massive push against the invading Korath. The atmosphere was charged with electricity, cries of war cutting through the cacophony of weapons and screams. The ground shook beneath them, and Jenna could feel the raw adrenaline coursing through her veins. Amidst the swirling chaos, Jenna found herself fighting alongside Rykon, whose presence bolstered her heart. They had spent months preparing, training side by side, but this was the moment that would define their alliance. Heartbeats echoed together as they coordinated their movements, Jenna leveraging her combat skills while Rykon embraced his agile nature. "Together!" Rykon shouted, a voice cutting through the haze of combat. They pivoted and struck, pushing through wave after wave of Korath soldiers. But as the battle wore on, Jenna's senses heightened. Fear clawed at her heart as she caught sight of the Korath commander, a hulking, imposing figure radiating cruelty. Jenna felt a chill race down her spine. This was the true embodiment of the darkness she had fought against. With extraordinary presence, the commander unleashed chaos upon the battlefield, rallying his forces to press forward against the Xerac souls. Rage bubbled up inside her as she watched comrades fall. The realization bristled anew. They could not falter here. Their future depended on it. "Rykon, we have to take out that commander!" Jenna's voice rang with urgency. If she could remove the source of their fear, it would galvanize morale. With no time to lose, they gathered a small team, sweeping through the remnants of the battle, carving their way toward the Korath commander. As they forged ahead, the ferocity of the Korath intensified, seeking to repel the onslaught. Wave after wave crashed against them, but Jenna felt something shift inside, her spirit bolstered by the knowledge of her allies behind her. They were not fighting alone. As they neared the commander, the tide of battle shifted beneath each step. The ground felt alive with purpose. Rykon charged forward, leading Jenna and their team directly into the fray. The ground vibrated beneath them, each heartbeat synchronized with the pulse of their shared mission. Then, they were charging, shouting as they collided with enemy lines. "Now!" Jenna yelled as they reached the commander. their efforts combining to create a devastating assault. The Korath's firepower surged against them, but their determination outweighed fear. It was then that Jenna began identifying a pattern, an opening in the commander's defense. "Go for the underbelly," she cried, sprinting toward the vulnerable point. Rykon followed with agile grace as they executed their maneuver. The impact was thunderous, their blows connecting as they aimed for the commander's armored plates, forcing him back. But the fight wasn't over. The commander retaliated, unleashing a devastating blast. Rivulets of energy sparked around them. In that split second, Jenna felt time slow. She ducked, narrowly evading the attack, and grabbed Rykon's arm, pulling him to safety. "Get down," she shouted, the intensity of the moment creating a pulse in the space around them. Rykon glanced at her, his breathing heavy with effort. They exchanged a fierce determination as they continued their assault alongside their team, pushing against a force that seemed insurmountable. But they had something that kept them going. Hope wrapped in shared experiences that fueled them anew. They charged, and the world turned chaotic around them as echoes of battle cried out. Jenna's heart raced, fierce determination consuming her as they pushed through to confront the commander. "For Earth, for all of us," she yelled, and her words ignited a fire that surged through the ranks. With strength too great to waver, they struck one final blow, overwhelming the commander and bringing him down. Cheers erupted throughout the battlefield as the tide shifted against the Korath. The Zirek surged forward, empowered by Jenna's courage. In that transformative moment, Jenna felt the weight of their alliance solidifying with every scream of victory that echoed in the air. Together, they had faced a menace threatening their existence, enduring the trials of battle with unwavering valor. Exhausted, bruised, but victorious, they stood together, a testament to unity, fostered through darkness and lit by hope. The aftermath of battle cast a haunting silence over the battlefield. But beneath the quietude, jubilation erupted among the Zirek and Jenna's allies. With the Korath forces retreating, a sense of relief washed over the expanse. A blanket of peace draped over the fractured ground where heroes had stood their ground. Jenna, breathing heavily, struggled to process the chaos that had unfolded. Her heart swelled with pride, yet a deep-seated sadness lingered, a reminder of those who had been lost along the way. Next to her, Rykon stood tall, his fierce expression softening as he glanced at her and the jubilant gathering around them. The colors of dawn pierced the horizon, painting the sky with hues of gold and crimson, symbolizing a new dawn birthed from their struggles. The Zirek gathered beneath the sky, chanting Jenna's name alongside Rykon's, a pledge of gratitude and allegiance that ignited something deep within her soul. Together they ventured to the open space where the victory celebrations would take root. As they reached the center of the camp, Rykon bowed slightly and presented Jenna the honor of speaking. She took a deep breath, her heart swelling with vulnerability. "Today we found strength beyond our own, proof that unity and hope can illuminate even the darkest paths," Jenna declared, her voice ringing clear. "Shadows of the past linger only to remind us of what we stand for today," she continued, recalling the trials they had endured, the trust built amidst survival. "For every loss, we gather as one to protect the legacy of those we have lost, to build a future free from fear and full of hope." The Zirek resonated with her sentiment, and cheers erupted throughout the throngs, their voices weaving a tapestry of acceptance and belonging. Jenna felt grounded, the weight of isolation slowly lifting as she became part of this new family. Determined to plant roots, she turned to Rykon, and in that moment they understood. They had risen above adversity, transcending fear into a thriving bond that would flourish across cultures. At the heart of it all burned their desire for peace, friendship, and mutual growth. As their ranks blended, Jenna realized that the message had transformed beyond run. It was a call to rise, unite, and forge a future together that shimmered with limitless potential. With Rykon's reassuring gaze upon her, they turned to the horizon together. Their hearts beat in tune, ready to face the endless skies. They were no longer alone. Together, they would embrace new stories, creating a universe illuminated by hope, a testament that not only would they survive, they would thrive.